welcome back to the garage. Big day yesterday. Didn't actually do any filming, but we managed to I had a friend come round and we managed to get the gearbox back in the car, finally. So it is fully back in. I've got a few little things to button up before we can test drive it, but it is all back together. The exhausts are back on and looking rather nice, and it's starting to resemble a car again for the first time in a long time. And like I say, I've got a few things to button up. We had to cut a few holes in the firewall to get the gearbox screws in, the gearbox bolts in, and I've got a few other little bits to just button up first, and then we can fire it up. I'm very excited. Fire it up, test for leaks, and hopefully go on a test drive. Right, so there was just one bolt I couldn't quite get to from underneath the car, which is down here at the back of the engine. So I've got a few things to undo to make a bit of room and see if I can get my hand down and manually put it in. Right, let's get into this. So I've got no idea. Thought someone was coming in, but there's no one home. It's just me. So let's get that out of the way first. Out of the way. I need to get a rag underneath. So I'll move my match set out of the way. Let's get a little bit of a rag under there because it probably will get a bit of fuel out of here. Come on. Probably should have picked up a smaller piece of rag, but never mind. And then we'll get into it. I'm just going to move this out of the way. And that is glugging fuel out of there. Lovely. Quite a lot of fuel. Loosen the other side up. I'm not going to take that off properly, but loosen the other side up and move it out of the way so I can get it away. And then there's all sorts of wiring and stuff back here. I need to look at this engine bay at some point and actually tidy it all up. But oops, I am gushing fuel out everywhere. Marvellous. There we go. Lovely. We'll let all that evaporate first before we fire it up. The question is, can I get a hand in to the top? Yes, I can. It's there, look. what's going to happen now, don't you? I'm going to get in there, hand in, and I'm going to drop the damn thing. Ooh, now then, have I got enough room? I don't actually think I've got enough room to get the bolt in. Well, that's going to shift out the way. I think I've just bent the oil line. Never mind. Right. What size car are you? 17. We could time lapse this or something, you will actually see this in real time. Did you hear that? Yeah, that was the bolt going. Can I get my hand into it? No, of course not. Oh. Damn. Well, we knew that was going to happen. Right, so I have just dropped a bolt. And wouldn't you know it, that was the only one. So now I've got to try and rifle through my random collection. Found one. I think it's going to be too short. This is my nice and tidy workspace. As you can tell, I like to keep things organised, you know, so I can find everything in a hurry. And so I'm not rifling through randomly, aimlessly looking for little nuts and bolts. I can find stuff when I need it. Oh no, wait. Right, try and throw this bolt in. I don't think it's going to be long enough, but it is just a random one that I found lying around. If I can do this without dropping a second one down here, because well, that'd just be annoying more than anything. Right. There is bugger all room to work down the back of this engine. I can't remember how I did this when I took the gearbox out. Don't think that's going to go in. No, that's too small. Ah, well, you know it, that was my last bolt for the gearbox. I thought I had some spares, but I don't. Right, we'll come back to that, and I won't take it off my list just yet, and we'll revisit that when I drive it or move it and the gearbox and the bolt falls out. Right, so I'm just trying to put the fuel crossover pipe back on, and of course it doesn't want to go. These engine bays, as big as they are, they soon fill up when you stuff them full of an LS motor. There is nothing, no room to work whatsoever. That's just, is that on? No, you're not on there. Right, how did we get you on before? There we go. Cross threading, don't want that. Come on. this is annoying. It's literally just come off there. Why won't it go back on? A bit of wood's shifting. I am stood on a bit of wood. And it's not the safest of things, but we don't worry about stuff like that in this garage. Right, so the other problem I've now got, I don't know if you can see that properly, is that will not go into the gearbox properly. Don't know why. I don't know whether it's something. It's obviously something with how the dipstick tube's gone down, but it won't actually fit into the thing. I think it's just getting jammed up because it's sort of an angle like that. So it's hitting that bit and not going all the way through. Not really sure how I'm going to remedy this one, but you know. It's like it's just getting jammed up there. Let's see. PTFE. Did just put a little bit of silicone grease on there, but I don't think that's going to work either. It's just not. It's just too much of an angle to get it down. So that's the angle of it at the moment. It's coming obviously, oops, down, and then it's getting caught up on this bit here, the bottom bit as it enters, and I'm not really sure how I'm going to solve this because I can't take the dipstick tube back out and can't really use it without, God, it smells fuely under here. Whew. Definitely going to have to open the door. Well, that was a bit of a challenge, but I've managed to get it in there. I now have the different problem of how I've remounted it. It won't actually seat. So I'm going to have to undo these brackets and hopefully space it out a bit with some washers, and one of these days I'll get the camera angle right and you'll be able to actually see what I'm doing. Right, I'm just going to tidy up the interior now. You can see the little hole that I drilled through to get my bolt in. I'm just going to put a grommet in that, bung it up, and then put everything back together. Not one of the crucial jobs for test firing it, but if it's done, it's done, and then I don't have to worry about it again. Hopefully one of these grommets will fit, and if not, then it will stay with the hole in the right. Yes, they're going to fit just nicely. Look at that. This was a manual car when it was new and stock, but obviously no, they're not going to fit. But obviously I've changed it to an automatic, but it does still have the 3 pedals. But I have I'll get to that bit eventually. Come on. And the world will never know. Put the carpet back together now. Get rid of them. Where did you go? You're up there. Where did you go? This is going to be perfect, but it's going to be somewhere close and good enough for who it's for. Oh, bloody phone to tidy up now. Which way do you go? You go that way? Top of it. You go that way. Bloody good hoover out because oh no, that was a box of grommets. We'll pretend that didn't happen and crack on. We got the most inappropriate little funnel in the world, but it's the only one I can get to fit. It does mean I'm going to do it slowly. It's very time consuming. Right, I'm just going underneath the car and make sure we've fishing that straight out. Okay. If anyone has a better way of filling these up, let me know in the comments. truth. Once again, starting this up, it's got me very nervous, but here goes. Cross your fingers. Right, I just shut it off there because it was got into about 226 on the temperature gauge, which is a lot. Couldn't see any leaks, which is a good thing, but then it is still running. I may have an airlock in it somewhere. Certainly sounds like it. So, sounds like we've got a leak somewhere. Definitely sounds like we've got a leak somewhere. Maybe an air leak, airlock in it somewhere. I'm not going to do that. The fans were working. So far I can't see any leaks from either the transmission or the engine, so which is good. Liked the idling down a bit better, because that was still what was it, 1800, so we shall just have a look at the handheld. Right, so we're back underneath the car, because I just need to try and sort the vehicle sensor out for the gearbox. In my wisdom, I decided that it was a good idea to take the clip off, because they have a habit of not seating the pins properly. So I decided just to whip the clip off and then try and thing it, but it does also mean, I don't know if you can see that properly, but the vehicle clip is right the way up there, the vehicle speed sensor, and it's quite a bugger to get to, so I think it's going to be easy just taking it out, plugging the wires back in, and then doing putting it all back together. Alright, so we've got the little sensor out. I just need to plug the wires back in, and then zip it back up, and then that's one less thing on the job we can do. I have just noticed that my oil pan is leaking. It's dripping earth and chaff everywhere. I don't know if you can see that, but it would appear that it's decided it's going to leak. That was tight, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but there is quite a leak on the floor now. So we'll get this button back in. They do not make these things accessible, or they probably do, it's just probably in my car it's not accessible, because there is not much room up here at all, and not much room under the car, as you can probably tell. I've got a exhaust right in my face. So she's a little bit melty up there. I don't know if you can see that. Ooh, that's a dodgy camera angle. There you go. So I just need to try and get that off the rubbish camera work is that? So I have just discovered that the clutch cable's resting on the exhaust and has become a little bit melty there. So I just need to figure that bit out. Wonder if I can reroute it underneath the transmission cross member and get it out of the way. I wonder if there's still enough bend on it. Let's try that. Alright, so my plan now is to take this bracket off if I can with the exhaust in the way. Not with a spanner. Let me get a socket. Right. Oh, you're not 13mm. Oh, you're a 12mm. Oh, that's sneaky. That's interesting. The two bolts holding the bracket for the shifter cable are 12mm. And all the rest are a 13. That's a bit sneaky, isn't it? Right, well, right. Let's try this one again. That's one. That's two. Right. And there's a little split pin. Hate these things, they never come out when you want them to, or they never go in either. There we go. Right. Okay. That's that off. Right, I'll get the wiggle room there. Oop, that's the spacers falling on my head. Where's the other one go? There you are. Right. Move you back a bit. So I need to come underneath that bit. And then come back round. That's the right one. Right, now you're probably all shouting at me going, why did you not just take the bracket off the cable? Why have you taken the whole thing off? Should have left the cable, the bracket on the cable. But I like to make things difficult for myself. Now, where have you gone? There you are. Right, it's not the best angle to be working at, I must admit. Right, is this going to work now? Yes. Right, get you up there. That's the spacer in. Started. Hopefully this will be at a decent angle so it won't affect the shifter. I think it's already trying to pull it down. Right, get up there. hopefully when I tighten that up, it will pull it all straight. And there we go, let's get it away from the exhaust at least. So, just want to test something. So that's currently in 1. I just want to make sure we've got it in the cable in the right position. So we'll just nip inside, move the shifter, see where it is on the link. Right, here we go then. So that's in gear 1 now. Hopefully you can see that. And then we'll go back under the car. Hopefully the linkages line up. The car's filthy, it needs a bath. Oh, that's interesting. The linkages isn't lining up. I don't know whether you can see that, but that bit should be in the middle hole, or lined up with the middle hole, and it's completely not. Right, hopefully I can just lengthen that bit of untangle that and lengthen that. We shall see. How was that got so out of line? Something not right there, isn't there? That shouldn't be that out of line, because it's all been in before, and it's all in the same place. Alright, I need to check the manual just to make sure it goes in that hole that I'm thinking it goes in. Right, so having a massive issue getting these lined up, and I'm wondering why. Stupid thing, the exhaust is going to have to come off. That's annoying. I wonder if I can just bring something onto that so stop it moving. Rather than take the exhaust off, which is going to be a nightmare. I'm just being a bit thick here, am I? I'll just take that bracket off again. We'll edit that bit out, no one will ever know. Okay, so it needs to come this way a bit. So that bit up yet. Just in case we need to get it back off. So, get these spacers back on. And a bolt. Come on, you bloody thing. We can tighten them back up if I can get the spanner in. And of course you spring out. Ow, 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 ow. Damn thing. Oh, that was always going to happen, wasn't it? No, we're not bleeding, we're good. Right, crack on. Right, let's just just so I can got a little bit to play with. Back over there. Right. Spacer. That's gripping that. Fiddly little thing. Feel free to comment, you know, you're a moron, you're doing it wrong. Probably. There is probably an easy way of doing this. You know. Right. So, it should still be in drive. Where's me? That one seems to fit better. Come on, I didn't even tighten it up that badly. Come on. There we go. Alright. this without getting the block of wood stuck, because this car is quite low. I can't actually get the jack under without a block of wood, so I'll have to do this in stages, I think.
Right, let's take this thing out of the garage. How she moves. It's a good thing. So really heavy. She's coming down a little bit. Let's get her out. See what's going on. Really loud in here. In here then. Can I hear myself? Well, probably. Are they? Windows up. Right, time to take this thing around the block. I don't know what's going on with the idle. It's still idling stupidly high, but so far the coolant is holding steady. The brakes are not the best, but they do hold it. I just don't know what's going on with this idle. Coolant temp. The brakes are not the best. They are pushing through. It is pushing through the brakes, but that's probably the idle speed. This idle speed's ridiculous. It needs to come down a bit. And we'll go up the hill, and then hopefully. We're not shifting. We're at 3,500 revs and we're not shifting. Right, something's wrong here. Awesome. Right, let's see if we can spin it around and take it back home, because this is just dangerous now. It's not shifting and the revs are stupidly high. No, yeah, I'm not shifting. Oh, she's not happy. It's still quite loud in here, even with the floor masters on. I don't think I'm going to have the child riding in here anytime soon. Right. Okay. So the speed is showing 0. That's why we're not shifting. Idle might be an issue. Well, idle's definitely an issue. say a kill switch doesn't do anything, but it does. That took a while. I thought kill switches are supposed to be instantaneous. That's interesting.
Look what I just found. Who likes milkshake? Right, so we got a ball and head gasket. Fantastic. And the just keeps on piling. Okay. I'm gonna put this away and deal with this another day now. That is going to be it for this episode. This video, whatever you want to call it. God damn it. Right, we'll see you next time, and we'll work out what we're doing with this thing. Yeah, see you next time.